Hey guys, my name is TyReviews, and today I'm going to be talking to you about No Way Home. Non-spoiler review, sorry. So, but I really want to talk about this movie, but I want to keep it to myself for a couple days. I'm going to go let everyone see it this weekend, and then possibly sometime this week, I'll talk about it with spoilers. But just first, let's talk about the movie. This movie, it really feels like this movie was the official start of Tom Holland's career as Spider-Man, or at least officially him becoming Spider-Man. The problem that people had with the last two films, and that's why people say the MCU doesn't understand Spider-Man, is because he essentially based his entire life around Tony Stark, and that's fine. He saw him as a father figure, but even after he died, it didn't really elevate him to Spider-Man level because he was obsessed with trying to live up to his expectations, trying to become like him. And that's not what the fans want. They want to see Peter struggle. They want to see Spider-Man. And this movie gave us that. Tom Holland became Spider-Man. This is him maturing into the role of Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man has to lose something. He lost people. He lost Tony, but that wasn't enough. And the movie wasn't even focused on Tony after that. It wasn't even focused on Tony at all. It was focused on who he is as a person and how his actions affects others. That's what's so interesting about this movie. The way it portrays Peter as a kid with nothing to do, who's backed into a corner essentially. His secret gets revealed, and now he doesn't know what to do. His friends' lives are just screwed up because they know him. So much I want to say, but I want to keep to myself. Actors, everyone did great. Willem Dafoe's got one. Off the mark. He played him better in this movie than he did in Spider-Man 1. That's something right there. Alfred Molina, always great as Doc Ock. Jamie Foxx, better Electro. They addressed some of the problems. That's another thing about this movie. They addressed some of the problems that were a bit controversial in the previous Spider-Man movies, like with Jamie Foxx and stuff, and how he had a comb over and weird teeth and all that crap. They addressed those problems in a funny but at least a knowledgeable way. Like, they know that some about the things that are wrong with some of the previous Spider-Man movies, and it doesn't feel forced at all. That's just so amazing about it. And as someone else mentioned in another video, some of the stuff we predicted did come true. Some stuff we predicted, it did come true. Some stuff was a little bit tweaked. But ultimately, everything we predicted somewhat came true. That's really something. Post-credit scenes. Post-credits and mid-credit scenes. They were phenomenal. The first one, it seemed like, if you watch Let There Be Carnage, then you know what I'm talking about. I didn't watch it yet, but I know about the post-credit scene in that movie. But if you watch this movie and you saw that mid-credit scene, then you'll know what they're trying to do this time around with stuff. The last post-credit scene was a trailer. That's basically it. It was a trailer, and it was hype as all heck. That's all I can say about it. That trailer has me hyped, and I can't wait to see what this stuff started. Watching this movie made me love Spider-Man so much than I already did. I think this movie, in my opinion, is better than Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2. That's a hot take, but I personally think that this movie is better than both two of the greatest Spider-Man movies combined. That's my opinion. You can disagree with that if you will, but I just love this more than I love those two. To be honest, I haven't even seen Spider-Man 2, so... Sorry. I haven't seen Spider-Man 2, to be honest. I know what happens, but I haven't watched it. So, I guess I don't really have... I shouldn't talk about preferencing No Way Home over Spider-Man 2. But I will preference this over Into the Spider-Verse. That's all I'll say. But yeah, this movie, it made me love everything about Spider-Man. Everything about this movie was just perfect. I could not find a single thing wrong with this movie. And there are some plot threads. There's some people in there that you'll see. And you'll realize Marvel is starting some crazy stuff, and I'm here for it. I am going to be here for it. This movie was just really amazing. You have to go see this movie. Even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, just see it for the experience. If you have anyone in your life who loves Spider-Man, show them this movie. Because it is a love letter to all the Spider-Man films. To everything culminated from Tobey Maguire to Andrew Garfield. And we'll get to that when we get to the spoiler review. But this movie is really something else. And you have to go see it. You have to watch it. You have to, for the sake of Spider-Man himself, because you will fall in love with Spider-Man all over again if you watch this movie. That's all I gotta say about that. Next time, I will be talking about the movie itself, spoilers and all. Until then, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.